And it's time to tie another pattern, another Hedwig pattern. So here we are, guys, sitting here at the vise at the end of the day, here at the shop, ready to launch these kits. We've been working on these for a while now and excited to finally bring them to you all. This will be the first one we launch. This is one of our favorite smallmouth patterns. I kind of came up with this summer as we were chasing smallmouth during our drought. That was basically the only water we had to fish this year. And I tied up this little pattern. It's kind of like a mop and a Pat's rubber leg had a baby. And I came up with this. I'm calling it the Hedwig Hellgrammite. It's fishy. It works. It catches a lot of smallmouth. I'm sure it would even catch a lot of trout, though. It is considered more of a smallmouth fly. So in these kits, you're going to get everything you need. There's 6 different materials, everything you need to tie this fly. You're going to be able to tie a couple dozen, 2 dozen with everything that comes in these kits. This is about $35 retail for this pack. And you'll have a cool decal on here. You can pull that off. That comes with the kit. And slap it on your Yeti, your truck, wherever you want. So let's get right into it, guys. I'm going to start out with our, let's see, we're using MFC's 3 times long, size 10 jig hooks. Vivus 140 power thread. Go ahead and throw down a base. Nice little thread base here, and we're going to stop right in the middle of the shank. Next, we're going to tie the Micro Flex chenille. This stuff is super cool. It's kind of got like a rubbery coating to it, rubbery feel. If you've never tied with this stuff, you should definitely check it out. It's pretty cool material. Go ahead and tie that in right there in the middle. You're going to take like a dubbing brush twister, and we're going to go ahead and tie in. This is about the length of the whole shank of the hook there. I'm going to tie that in, and the key is not to make this too tight. So I'm going to lift up and start twisting to show you guys how much we twist this material until it stops. See how that stopped? That's how you know you've twisted that enough. And then we're just going to palmer that around the whole hook one time. And then we're going to wrap that thread back, capture that off. This is making our little mop-like tail. And it will start to kind of unravel on you just like you saw there. That's why we captured that off. And now we're going to pull the rest of the chenille back. And this is where we're going to start our legs. So we're going to tie in our Life Flex small black legs. What's cool about this is the length of one side here. We're going to cut that right off. And then we're going to bend this thing into halves and then halves again. So we're doing a quarter of the length of that. Halves and halves again. Honestly, dealing with these legs takes half the time to tie this fly. Set that right in place. We're going to lock our first side in, just like so. So a little trick to dealing with these legs, if you've never dealt with rubber legs, put that right against your finger and push against the thread. That's going to bend that perfectly in half. And then you're going to just take those 2 legs and place them right where you want it. Just like so. Now I'm going to come forward. I'm going to start palmering this forward here. Split those legs with the chenille, just like that. I like going ahead and bringing this chenille forward before I tie my second group of legs on. It makes palmering a lot easier. If all 4 of those legs were on there, it's actually kind of a pain to get that chenille around. Tie your 3rd set of legs in, and then your 4th set of legs in. Guys, this is such an easy tie. This is a guide fly, as most of the flies I tie, most of these kits are tied for guides. I am a guide. I am not a professional fly tyer, so I am not the prettiest tyer out there. So we're going to go ahead and palmer this forward one more time. Make sure you capture those legs in the right place. It's very easy to grab those legs unintentionally. And now we're going to do one more wrap right at the top. And you can manipulate those legs here wherever you want those legs to lay in between the chenille. Go ahead and capture that chenille off with your couple thread wraps. And there we go. Last little take to this fly is adding the pinchers on a Hellgrammite. We add the pinchers on with some goose biots. Now this can be a little tricky if you've tied any Prince nymphs. You've worked with biots before, but if you've never worked with biots, the key to this is just getting them on the right angle. We're going to lay that down to the desired length. You don't want these things too long or too short. About like so. And I'm going to crisscross. Same length as the other one. Now if you can see that right there, how I split that and crisscrossed it. Now I'm going to go ahead and whip finish here now before I cut the backs of those off. So I'm going to go ahead and lock that down in just like so. I'm going to whip finish a couple more times just for security purposes, just for sanity check. Just like that. Come in, cut your thread out. And then now we're going to rotate our vise and cut the backs off those biots. And last thing here, we're going to take some bone dry. Add a nice little drop of bone dry right on those biots, right on the threads. And this is a nice little trick to get those biots to lay down to look a little bit more like pinchers. I like to hold it, hit it with the light, and that'll actually glue it, lock them down. And one more time, just for sanity, make that thing a little more durable right there. And that's it, guys. Hedwig Hellgrammite. You can come in and trim up a couple of those legs if they look a little bit long to you. But that is it. That is a smallmouth crusher. You could dead drift this thing, you can jig it back to you. But when those fish are being super lazy, it's a great pattern. We fish this all summer long, and we do very, very well with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Be on the lookout for some more of these tying kits. These will be on our website. Thank you. Till next time.